Welcome to Pontneuf Studio. My name is Kristen, and today I will be showing you how to make the Cross My Heart bag. It is you can wear it across the front or across the back. It's a sling style bag that is made in the Fanny pack style. So I am using Lion Brand yarn, Wool Ease Thick and Quick in the color Cilantro, and a 6mm crochet hook. I have very loose tension, so if you have tight tension or even normal tension, you would want to size up. I also have stitches that are on the tall side. To begin, chain 17. This pattern can be found in my Etsy and Ravelry shop. Once you've chained 17, half double crochet into the second chain from your hook and in each stitch across. I do have stitch tutorials that I will link in the description box if you're new to crochet and need to see how to make these stitches very slowly. For rows 2 and 3, chain 1, turn, and half double crochet in each stitch across. What we're making now is the base of the bag, so the bottom of the fanny pack. The pattern does include pictures throughout to help you with each of the tricky steps. So we just finished row 2. So all our rows are 16 half double crochet stitches. Now we're going to work across row 3. So after our third row is complete, we're now going to work in the round. So to do your first round, which is round 4, so we did rows 1, 2, and 3, and now we're doing the fourth one, which will be a round. You want to chain 1 and turn. For the pattern, I wrote it for joining at the end of each row. You could also make it obviously without joining. I find joining easier, and it wasn't very noticeable on the finished product. So we chain 1 and turn. Now this very first stitch, we're going to place an increase, which means make 2 half double crochets. We're going to half double crochet all the way down until you get to the last stitch of the row, and we're going to place another increase there. So now I'm at the very last stitch of the row. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. Okay, so we have an increase, half double crochet all the way across, increase in the last stitch. Then we are going to work counterclockwise. Okay, so I turned my project and now we're at the end. So I want to fit in 3 half double crochet stitches across the sides here. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we're going to keep working counterclockwise, and here is my very first stitch of this row here. So this is actually the chain, and I'm going to work 2 half double crochets in that. Go all the way across and do 2 half double crochets in the last one here. So these are still just half double crochets. So this is a new pattern that I just made up. I do love it. It's easy to make, and I have some spring and summer markets coming up. All right, so I'm at the end here, so I'll do 2 in here. So I'm gonna try them out for the first time this year, and I will check back in and let you know how that goes. I have been selling some online in my Etsy shop and on my website. All right, so now we want to fit in, we're at this opposite end, fit 3 half double crochets in the side. And we are going to slip stitch into this first V here. All right. So this is the bottom of our bag, and now we're going to keep working up. So we are at round 5. So far we should have a total of 42 stitches. We are at round 5, and we are just going to half double crochet all the way around. So first you want to chain 1, and then work your way around with half double crochet stitches. Let me see, this pattern is really beginner friendly. I can't remember for the strap if I used half double crochet. I did. So the whole thing is just half double crochet and slip stitches. Half double crochet is my favorite stitch. I think the single crochet stitch works up a little too slowly with the short rows. And I don't really like having to pull through twice for double crochet. So half double crochet I use a lot. And I really like Woolly's yarn. So if you're a maker who makes a lot of hats or sells accessories in the fall, anything like that, it's nice to have spring and fall patterns that use the same yarn. So that's much more efficient cost-wise for your business than having all different yarns for different seasons. So I am back at the beginning. So I'm going to slip stitch and chain 1. So this row will have increases on the sides. So we are now at round 6, sorry, round, not row. So we are going to do half double crochet in the first 19 stitches, then an increase, which will be over here on the side, half double crochet in the next 21 stitches, and an increase again. Then we're going to slip stitch to connect. So I'm going to do 19 stitches. So that was the 19th stitch. Now we're over here on the side. I'm going to do an increase. So this gives the bag a nice shape. Right, I'm back at the other side, and I will place an increase here. So it's 19, you slip stitch and chain 1, 19 stitches around, do your increase on the side, 21 stitches, and your increase. Slip stitch to connect and chain 1. That was round 6. Now we're on round 7. So we're going to half double crochet around 21 stitches, increase on the side, half double crochet around again, and increase on the other side. So it's 21 stitches, increase, 21 more stitches, increase. See how many stitches I've done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I did my 21 stitches. I'm back on this side here. And I placed my increase. Right, now I'm back at the other side. Do an increase in that last stitch, slip stitch to connect, and chain 1. So yeah, we're not turning, we're just keep going around. So that was round 7. So now round 8, 9, and 10, your next 3 rounds, you're going to half double crochet around, but we're no longer placing any increases. So as you can see, the sides have gone out a little bit more, and now we're just going to do 3 extra rounds. Pause your video and meet me back once you're finished with round 10. Alrighty, so now I'm going to turn my work right side out. So like I said before, I have tall stitches. At this point, if your bag is looking too short, you might want to add an extra row, but I like the way this is with the 10 rows. So, and if you don't want to do the joins, you can try just working in the round without joining, and then this side will probably look a little bit cleaner, but that doesn't bother me. All right, so we just finished row 10. What we're gonna do now is we are going to, so now we wanna make slip stitches through both the front and back of the first 4 stitches and the last 4 stitches. The middle stitches will just be worked through this side here. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make the opening on top not quite so large, so that way we can make a loop here. You'll see we'll do that loop when we're going across this row, and then place a button here. And that way the whole thing, your items won't fall out with the button closure. Additionally, what you could do instead is stop here and put in a zipper, but I don't sew, so I close mine a little bit on the sides and with the button. All right, so right now we are on row 11. So what you want to do is insert your hook through the front and back and make slip stitches through. So that's our first one, second one, third one, fourth one. So we did 4 slip stitches, and now we're going to slip stitch through only the back
until we reach the middle stitch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just in case you got off somewhere during the pattern, fold it in half and make sure that your loop will be in the center. It actually looks like I want to go over one more here. So now for the loop, we want to chain 8. Slip stitch into the very same stitch. So now you have your loop. Okay. So we do 7 more. It should be 4, 7, loop, 7, 4. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches to go through. Right, mine is nice and centered. All right, so now you're going to cut the yarn. And we are going to weave in the ends. And then we will move on to the strap. I do have another crossbody bag pattern available that shows how to connect everything in one piece. So that bag is also made with Woolies Thick and Quick, but instead of one strand, it's two. And instead of finishing off like we just did here and now making our strap, that bag, it continues right from here on the strap. So I will link that in the description box. So this is the fanny pack part. And now we are going to work on the strap. So you want to make your slip knot with a long tail, at least 8 inches. And you're going to chain 70. So this chaining 70 will give you the length for a fanny pack style bag or a crossbody bag that goes across your front and is short, like kind of over your chest. If you want it to be longer and wear it as a regular bag on your side or down by your hip, you could just make the additional chains. But 70 should give you a pretty good length for the way people are wearing them now. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Pause your video and meet me back once you're finished with your 70th chain.
All right, so I have 70 chains. I'm going to work my way across. So my first one will go in the second chain from my hook, and I'm going to do half double crochets all the way across. If you want your strap to be a little bit more on the thin side, this does make a pretty thick strap. If you want a nice thin strap, instead of doing half double crochets across, you could just do single crochet stitches. And that will give you an, I guess not thin or thick, but it will give you a narrower strap.
Pause your video and meet me back once you've worked your way all the way across with the half double crochets to complete row 1.
All right, so the first row of our strap is done. Chain 1 turn and you're working your way across with half double crochets until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, your tail will be on the opposite side. So here's your first tail, and then we are going to cut a long, at least 8-inch tail like we did in the beginning. And then those tails are what we will use to secure the strap to the bag.
Pause your video and meet me back once you're finished with your second row of the strap.
All right, so cut a long tail. Pull that end through. And now we are going to use these long tails to attach the strap to the bag. So this is our last row where we connected both ends together. So that's row 11, and this is row 10. I like to put the left side of my strap at the bottom of row 10. So my strap is right here at the bottom of row 10. Going to pull through, and then I'm just going to go up through the strap and back down through the bag. So up through the strap and down here through the bag. Do one more at the end just to make sure it's really secure. You could go back and forth twice. I'm just gonna go, I'm comfortable with going back and just across once for this strap. Okay. Then I flip it over. I like to do a knot. And then weave in my ends. This side is now done. The tricky part that I've messed up before is my strap has gotten twisted. So make sure your strap is not twisted. And we are going to do the other side here. So same thing, this is row 11, right here is row 10. I want to attach it right at the base of row 10. So that's nice and secure. I'm going to do my knot. And then weave in the end. The very last step, although I think I do have another end to weave in here, is the button. So I'll weave this end in and then we will attach the button. I like this style fanny pack. The granny square ones made with cotton yarn are really cute, but typically you need a liner. And so for me to make a bunch for markets, this is easy. All right, so we have everything done except the button. So for the button, this is it's called a toggle button. I'll post the link. I get these on Amazon. They come in a pack with a lot of buttons and 3 or 4 at least different colors. So I like that because when they're displayed at shows, everything looks uniform. And I just changed the button to match the color of the bag. Sorry, I should have went a little slower on that. I went up, down, and then I double knot. And then weave in my end. When I make it for myself, I just triple knot and cut the end, but if I'm selling them, then I want it to look professional. So this pattern, again, it could be found in my Etsy shop, in my Ravelry store, or on my blog. My Etsy shop is Pontneuf Studio, and my Ravelry, if you Google Cross My Heart Bag, will come up. And all those links are in my Instagram link tree, so if you click on the profile link, it will bring you to everything. Alrighty, so this is the bag with the strap. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Just write them below. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please hit the thumbs up button below if you enjoyed it. And click the link to subscribe to my newsletter if you'd like to know when new patterns are coming out. Thanks, have a great day.